Deep within the ancient sands of Egypt lie secrets that make the heart tremble with excitement. Have you ever wondered what lies behind the mighty myths and legends of this enigmatic civilization? Immerse yourself in a captivating journey where myths come alive and ancient secrets are revealed. Discover what happened to those who dared to disturb the tranquility of the tombs and what monsters lurk in the sandy dunes. Don't miss the chance to witness the grandeur and mysteries hidden within the walls of ancient temples. In the beginning of time, when the world was still immersed in chaos, the first gods emerged from the abyss. These divine entities, majestic and powerful, began to create order from cosmic disorder. Earth and sky, light and darkness, everything was manifested in their actions. The gods wielded their powers to bring harmony to the boundless chaos. They separated the heavens from the earth to make room for life. Thus began the history of the world as we know it. These ancient creation myths not only inspire, but also illustrate how the ancients attempted to explain their cosmos and their place within it. They laid the foundation for everything that exists and continued to shape our understanding of life and the universe. Osiris was the embodiment of rebirth, life after death, and justice. His cult was fundamental to Egyptian religion. According to the myths, Osiris was a god of fertility and agriculture. He was the king of Egypt, known for his wisdom and kindness, but his brother Set envied his power. Filled with malice, Set conspired against Osiris. He trapped him in a magnificently decorated coffin, which he then cast into the Nile, where Osiris met his end. However, Osiris's story did not end with his death. His faithful wife, Isis, and his sister, Nephthys, searched for and found his body. Isis used her magical powers to resurrect Osiris, but unfortunately, this was only a temporary resurrection. Osiris became the ruler of the underworld, judging the souls of the deceased. Set and Horus are two great gods of ancient Egypt, whose stories are filled with drama and conflict. Set, the god of chaos and destruction, was known for his cruelty and thirst for power. After murdering his brother Osiris, Set seized the throne of Egypt, plunging the country into turmoil and disaster. However, his nephew Horus, the god of the sky and rightful heir, sought to restore justice. A long and bloody battle ensued between the two deities. Horus, armed with a sharp spear and supported by the goddess Isis, fought Set in a great battle that lasted 80 years. Set used his destructive powers to create sandstorms and chaos, but Horus, demonstrating wisdom and bravery, was able to overcome him. This myth reflects the eternal struggle between good and evil, as well as the importance of fighting for justice and truth in our own world. Each night, when Ra, the sun god, descends into the underworld, he faces a terrible struggle with Apophis, a giant serpent symbolizing chaos and destruction. Apophis aims to swallow Ra's light and return the world to primordial darkness. During the nocturnal battle, Apophis conjures sandstorms and dark whirlpools, creating obstacles in Ra's path. This dreadful monster uses its enormous jaws in an attempt to consume the sunlight and employs powerful spells to plunge the world into utter darkness. Despite the constant attacks and traps, Ra steadfastly fights, directing his rays of light at the serpent and shattering its spells. Each morning, as Ra rises again in the east, it is not just the restoration of light, but a symbol of the triumph of order over chaos. In his workshop, the god Khnum created each of us. This god, with the head of a ram, was a master potter whose clay artistry was revered as sacred. Khnum used his potter's wheel to craft the first humans. The process of creation was intricate and detailed. Khnum carefully shaped clay figures, giving them form and features to make them perfect. This was not merely an act of creativity, but a profound expression of love and care. Khnum breathed life and soul into each figure he created so they could live and thrive on Earth. The Egyptians believed that Khnum, as the creator and protector, played a central role in maintaining balance and fertility on Earth, and that every aspect of existence was created with love and care. In the vast expanses of the Egyptian desert lived terrible creatures known as the sandstorm demons. These beings, hiding in the sand dunes, pose a true threat to travelers. In the sands carried by the winds, they create sand whirlwinds and storms to confuse and engulf those who dare to cross the desert. These demons are capable of turning sand into deadly traps. They create vortices that lead travelers astray, swallowing them into bottomless sand pits. These forces of chaos feed on the fear and helplessness of their victims, leaving them no chance of escape. Their appearance signals disaster, and many have been lost forever, becoming victims of their cruel games. The Egyptians believed that these demons were a punishment for those who dared to disturb the peace of the desert. The goddess Bastet, known as the protector of the home and family, was embodied in the form of a cat. Bastet represented domestic comfort, femininity, and maternal care. Legends say that Bastet protected the home from evil and misfortune. She was a symbol of warmth and safety, safeguarding families and children from harm. Her presence in the home brought peace and harmony, as well as ensuring prosperity and fertility. Numerous rituals and ceremonies were held in her honor to ensure protection and flourishing. However, Bastet was not always peaceful. In her rage, she could transform into a fierce lioness, punishing those who dared to disrupt tranquility and order. This duality in her nature demonstrated that her protective power was not only gentle and tender, but also powerful and fearsome. The god Thoth, the possessor of wisdom and knowledge, was also associated with the moon. It was believed that Thoth played a crucial role in restoring the moon's light when it disappeared. His wisdom and magic allowed him to maintain the moon's bright radiance and control its cycles. Each night when the moon lost its light, Thoth, with his magical abilities and deep understanding of the cosmos, would restore its brilliance. He used his knowledge to cause lunar eclipses and then restore the full light. Alongside this, Thoth was also the protector of writing and knowledge. His wisdom was boundless, and he was the guardian of all ancient knowledge and teachings. His role in maintaining the moon's light reflected his broader task, maintaining order and harmony in the universe. The goddess Ma'at, the embodiment of truth and justice, was represented as a woman with a feather on her head, symbolizing ideals of order. Each morning when Ra rose in his solar bark, Ma'at measured whether the world was in order and in accordance with her principles. She ensured that all events occurred according to cosmic order and justice. In the court of Osiris, where the hearts of the deceased were weighed, Ma'at played a crucial role. If the heart of the righteous was as light as her feather, the soul could enter the afterlife. But if the heart was heavy with sins, it became prey to Ammit, resulting in complete annihilation. Ma'at was not just a goddess, but a symbol of everything that was just and right. Her ideals inspired the Egyptians to strive for honesty and moral purity. In ancient Egyptian myths, Ammit was depicted as a fearsome creature combining the features of a crocodile, lion, and hippopotamus. She resided in the Hall of Judgment of Anubis, where the hearts of the deceased were weighed. When a person died, their soul stood before judgment, and Anubis weighed their heart on the scales of truth, balanced by Ma'at's feather, a symbol of justice. If the heart was heavy with sins, Ammit awaited her prey. With her terrifying jaws, she devoured the heavy heart, and the doomed soul lost its chance at eternal peace. The sinful heart, consumed within her, could never reach the afterlife paradise, but instead became part of Ammit. Thus, the ancient Egyptians believed that their moral behavior determined their fate in the afterlife, and Ammit was the stern guardian of this justice. Neith, the ancient goddess of hunting and war, played an important role in Egyptian mythology. She was depicted with a bow and arrows, as well as a crown of red feathers, symbolizing her warrior spirit and power. Neith was the protector of Egypt, guarding it from enemies and evil spirits. One of the most captivating stories about Neith is her role in the afterlife. She was one of the goddesses present at the judgment of Osiris, where the hearts of the deceased were weighed. Neith assisted in judging the souls, ensuring justice and order in the realm of the dead. Her sharp intellect and sense of justice made her indispensable in this process. Additionally, Neith was considered the mother of all gods and goddesses. According to myths, she gave birth to the gods Ra, Shu, and Tefnut, becoming the foundation of the Egyptian pantheon. Sekhmet, the goddess of war and destruction, known for her fury and power, was depicted as a woman with the head of a lioness. She was the daughter of the sun god Ra and served as his vengeful hand, punishing his enemies. One day, Ra decided to punish humanity for their disbelief. He summoned Sekhmet, and she descended upon the earth like a deadly storm to punish the defiant people. Blood flowed like a river, and soon Ra realized that his revenge had gone too far. The people were on the brink of total destruction. To stop Sekhmet, Ra devised a clever plan. He ordered that huge barrels of beer, dyed red to resemble blood, be prepared. These barrels were placed in Sekhmet's path. When she saw the blood, she drank it greedily until she became drunk and fell asleep. In this state, her fury subsided, and the world was saved. Anubis, the god of mummification and the afterlife, played a crucial role in the mummification rites and guiding the souls of the deceased to the afterlife. Anubis met the souls of the dead at the entrance to the underworld Duat. He helped them navigate through complex trials to reach the realm of Osiris. One of his primary tasks was weighing the deceased's heart on the scales of truth. On one side of the scales lay the heart, and on the other, the feather of the goddess Ma'at. If the heart was lighter than the feather, the soul could continue on its path to eternal life. If heavier, it faced the fate of being devoured by Ammit. Anubis was also responsible for preserving the bodies of the dead. He taught the Egyptians the art of mummification. Priests conducting the mummification rituals often wore jackal masks in honor of Anubis and invoked him in their prayers. Ptah was revered as the god of creation and craftsmanship. He was considered a master creator, capable of not only making physical objects, but also bringing life itself into existence. Ptah was a divine artisan who created the universe with his word and thought. In their sacred texts, the Egyptians described Ptah as a god standing on a hill of primordial chaos. From this chaos, he used his power to bring order and life. Ptah did not merely create physical objects, he infused them with soul and essence, giving them meaning and purpose. One of the most famous myths about Ptah is the creation of the city of Memphis. According to this myth, Ptah raised the lands of Memphis from the waters of the Nile with his word and will, making the city a center of culture and religion. The tombs of ancient Egypt have always captivated with their wealth and mysteries. But not everyone dared to intrude into these sacred places, as a terrible curse loomed over them. It was said that pharaohs and their priests cast spells and curses on their tombs to protect their resting places from robbers and desecrators. One of the most famous cases confirming the power of such a curse occurred in the early 20th century, when the tomb of Tutankhamun was discovered. Many people involved in the excavation soon faced misfortunes and strange deaths. Newspapers of the time were filled with headlines about the pharaoh's curse, and people around the world discussed this mysterious story. One of the myths tells the story of a group of thieves who dared to rob the tomb of a powerful pharaoh. They found the entrance to the tomb and, focused solely on the treasures, began their crime. But as soon as they entered, strange and frightening events began to unfold around them. One of them saw a shadow flickering in the darkness, while another heard whispers that sent chills down his spine. Overcome with terror, the thieves tried to escape, but each met a mysterious end. One drowned in the Nile, another was bitten by a venomous snake, and a third fell from a cliff. People believed that these were the work of ancient spirits guarding the pharaoh's rest. We've taken you on an exciting journey through the myths and legends of ancient Egypt. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give us a like, and leave a comment. Once we reach 10 likes, we'll release the second part, featuring even more thrilling legends. Your support is important to us, and we're excited to have you as one of our subscribers. See you in the next videos.